here later than usual. I looked up from my kitchen sink. For a second, I genuinely thought someone was standing inside my apartment, but it was only the piano again. Soft, distant, somewhere above me. I stayed still, one hand submerged in warm dishwater, listening to the melody drift gently through the ceiling. Slow notes, careful ones. The kind someone plays when they think no one else is awake. Outside my windows, rain tapped softly against the glass. The city beyond my apartment building glowed silver and blurry beneath the storm. And somewhere upstairs, someone kept playing piano at 2:11 every single morning. The strange thing was, apartment 4B was supposed to be empty. Come a little closer. This is Tea in Chapters. I know that sounds dramatic. At first, I assumed someone had moved in quietly. Old buildings are like that sometimes. New neighbors appear without introductions. You hear footsteps for weeks before you ever see their face. But after the third night of piano music, I asked the landlord about it while checking my mail downstairs. "Someone move into 4B?" I asked casually. He looked up from his crossword puzzle with a confused expression. 4B? I nodded. The piano player. For a moment, he just stared at me. Then he laughed softly. 4B's been empty since winter. Something about the way he said it unsettled me. Not because it sounded scary, because it sounded sad. I almost asked more questions, but the landlord had already looked back down at his crossword puzzle like the conversation was finished. That night, I tried to stay awake for the music. I made tea, opened a book, curled beneath a blanket beside the window while the rain moved steadily through the dark outside. But sometime after midnight, exhaustion finally caught up with me. I woke to piano music, soft enough to feel half-dreamed. For a moment, I forgot where I was. Then I noticed the clock glowing faintly beside the couch. 2:11 a.m. Exactly. The melody drifted gently through the ceiling again. Not classical, not polished, just familiar. That was the strange part. Every time I heard it, I felt like I almost recognized it. Like hearing a song from childhood you haven't thought about in years. I muted the television completely and listened harder. The piano sounded old, real, not a recording. Every note carried tiny imperfections. The subtle pause before difficult chords, the faint creak of the piano bench shifting. Someone was up there. Someone had to be. The next morning, curiosity finally got the better of me. I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor for the first time since moving into the building. The hallway upstairs looked different from the others, quieter somehow. Dust lingered in the corners near the windows. One of the overhead lights flickered softly above apartment 4B, and taped neatly beside the door was an old notice. Vacant. I stood there for a long moment listening. Nothing. No movement, no music. Still, I couldn't shake the strange feeling that someone was standing on the other side of the door listening to me breathe. Not threatening, just aware. I started to leave when I noticed something near the floor. A folded piece of paper partially tucked beneath the door. I bent carefully and pulled it free. Sheet music. Yellowed with age. Notes handwritten in faded pencil. At the top of the page, barely visible, someone had written, "For Eleanor, so you'll never sleep alone again." A chill moved slowly through me. Not fear, just that strange ache certain places carry, like grief soaking into wallpaper over time. I slipped the paper carefully into my pocket and went back downstairs. That night, the piano returned. 2:11 a.m. exactly. Only this time, the melody had changed. Slowly, quietly, I pulled the sheet music from my pocket and then folded it beneath the lamp beside my couch. The notes matched perfectly. Whoever was upstairs was playing the song from the paper. My heart started beating harder. I don't know why. Maybe because suddenly it felt personal, like the music wasn't just happening near me anymore, it was happening for me. The rain outside grew heavier. Thunder rolled softly through the city, and above me, the piano continued. Beautiful, lonely, patient. I don't remember deciding to go upstairs. One moment I was sitting on my couch listening, the next I was climbing the stairs barefoot in the dark. The fourth floor hallway was colder than before. The flickering light buzzed softly overhead, and from behind the door of 4B, the music continued. I stood there listening for almost a full minute. Then, before I could lose my nerve, I knocked gently. The piano stopped immediately. Silence filled the hallway. I swallowed hard. I found your music, I said quietly through the door. Nothing answered. Rain tapped slowly against the hallway windows at the far end of the corridor. I should have left then. Instead, I placed the folded sheet music carefully on the floor beside the door. I just wanted to return it. Still, silence. I turned to leave, and that was when I heard the voice. Very soft, very old. Did she like it? I froze completely. The voice wasn't frightening. If anything, it sounded hopeful, almost embarrassed. I looked slowly back toward the door. She must have, I answered before I could stop myself. The silence afterward felt strangely warm, like someone smiling behind the door. A few seconds later, the piano began again, but softer now, lighter somehow. I stood there listening until the final note faded into the storm. The next morning, I climbed back upstairs before work. The hallway was quiet again. The flickering light had finally burned out, and beside the door of apartment 4B, the sheet music was gone. I never heard the piano again after that night. Not once. Sometimes during storms, I still pause and listen for it, especially around 2:11 in the morning. Part of me misses it. The strange thing is, I think the apartment feels emptier now than it did before. And every now and then, when rain hits the windows just right, I catch myself humming the melody without realizing it. This has been Tea and Chapters, and I'll see you in the next chapter.